Hi guys, so as part of this new series I'm trying, I'm basically going to try a different class every time I can, or type of exercise or group training or whatever it might be. And today I'm starting off with possibly a tough one. It's going to be CrossFit. So we're down at CrossFit LEEDS in Leeds, at a place called The Forge. I'll leave all the link in below for their Instagram and socials and website and stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing a taster session, which is I think about half an hour, 45 minutes of a class and some training around it and stuff. And then I'll come back and let you know how it goes, how I'm feeling, how tough it was, my thoughts as just sort of an average gym goer kind of guy. I did ask to film it and record myself doing the class, but because it's an introductory taster session, there's quite a lot of people who might be self-conscious and stuff like that. So the head coach said best not to, but I'm free to sort of do my own thing at the end. So I'll try and get my camera in at the end and run through some of the exercises we went through in the class, and yeah, just let you know how it goes, my thoughts on it as a sort of average gym goer. And if you guys like it, then, you know, let me know in the comments below, let me see the likes, you know, that sort of stuff, and then I can continue the series and hopefully give you an insight from sort of my average perspective, I guess. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I've just finished. I'm quite literally on the floor. I would go back and show you all the exercises, but we did 9 minutes, only 9 minutes in an hour session of like getting to know it and whatnot, and I'm absolutely knackered. At the end, he was like going through the sign up and subscription model and stuff like that, and I almost fainted. I had to go and sit down and get some water on my face. So yeah, it was tough. In all honesty, it was sort of a lot like any high intensity interval training you sort of do, or any circuits based stuff, a lot with mobility and that sort of stuff. I think in the bigger sessions, like the main sessions, they do more around heavy compound movements, so your squats, your deadlifts, your clean and presses, your bench press, that sort of stuff. But today we did 3 sets of exercises for 9 minutes, 9 reps or 9 calories each. So we did 9 minutes on either a rower, a ski erg, an assault bike, or like an imitation road bike. 9 like squat and press with dumbbells, and 9 either V-sits, tuck sits, or just sit-ups. I did V-sits and that fucking killed me. And we just did as many of them as we could for 9 minutes non-stop. So naturally, pushed myself a bit too hard, went a bit too hard, and got absolutely knackered. But if you like that sort of high intensity interval training style workout, and if you like being with other people and getting to know a social environment, it's 100% for you. It can be a bit pricey some of the places, but if you make the most of it, it's definitely worth it. And I think most people would really enjoy it and thoroughly get the most out of it. So if you have enjoyed this, please do leave a like. If you've got something you want me to try me next gym class, next physical activity, the instructor here suggested something like karate. So literally anything I will give a go, as long as I can get like a free session, a taster session, or a cheap session, something like that, to try it out and give you my honest opinion of how it went. With this being the first one, if I've missed anything you'd like to know, then please do let me know. I'll try and put as much detail in the link below, in this box below, around CrossFit here and what it's about and that sort of stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. No, that was a lie. I won't see you in the next one, unless you've already gone. Then I guess I will. I'll see you now instead. So that review was kind of crap because I was tired. That's going to be my excuse. 9 minutes apparently killed me. I just wanted to sort of go through a bit more around my thoughts on the whole CrossFit sort of model and the costing, and if it's worth it in my opinion, because I don't really think I touched on that much in that sort of last bit where I was dying on the floor. So I just thought I'd jump into that here. So in terms of pricing, the sort of main cost is around £80 a month at the one in Leeds. I think it's actually £79 a month for the main package.
Prior to that, you have to do some personal training sessions to make sure your skills are sort of up to standard. Make sure you're doing the movements correctly and you're comfortable enough doing those movements before you get into a group setting. They don't just sort of throw you in and leave you, which if you're used to sort of your normal monthly gym membership at Pure Gym or JD Gyms or whatever like that, that can seem quite expensive. But if you're doing any personal training, or if you've thought about doing any personal training, then those sessions, those half an hour, 45 minute, an hour sessions can be anywhere between sort of £20, £25 to £45, £60 even for that time. And if that works for you, that's great, that's awesome. Keep doing that if that works for you. If you want something that's quite a small group though, but you still get to do those heavy lifts, those big movements, those mobility skills, while in quite a small class. For instance, today there was about 9 of us in the taster session. That seemed pretty decent size, and the class before us was about 10 or 12 people as well. If you want that environment, then it actually works out cheaper than personal training. Obviously more expensive than your standard gym, but it's not your standard gym. So I guess from my point, if you're already doing just your normal standard gym and you want something different and something that works on those big heavy lifts, and you are looking into maybe personal training, this could be a good solid alternative that gives you a group environment to do those big heavy lifts and increase your fitness, your strength, your mobility, a whole range of things in quite a small group. And it would work out a bit cheaper than personal training if you'd say doing personal training once a week. While this, you could pay £80 a month, but do that multiple times a week if that worked for you. With this one I went to in Leeds, the one thing I would say for some people is that it's a bit out of the way. So that might work if you've got sort of the same time free every day. So say you've got a 2-hour lunch break maybe, or a gap between jobs or something like that where you could fill it in. But otherwise, when you get, you finished work, you're quite tired, you then got to travel from the city centre, probably only between a 20-minute walk, half an hour walk, or maybe a taxi ride or whatever, you might then sort of lose the energy and lose the motivation to do it. That would be my sort of one downside to where the location is. However, with that being said, it sort of needs that location because they need a big warehouse to house all that equipment, to make use of the outside that they're doing today, make use of all these different bits of equipment, and make sure they've got enough space for the movements and activities that they're doing, I guess. It was very much like a HIIT session, a high intensity interval training session, or a circuit-based session with those 3 activities that we rotated. However, I think that was just a bit different than usual with those 3 activities compared to a normal sort of workout of the day with the CrossFit team, because you'd be doing potentially bigger movements, bigger compound movements like the squat and the deadlift and stuff like that, as well as these other things. So if you like that sort of environment, if you like that high intensity training in a group setting, this could be absolutely perfect for you. If you're a bit skeptical about it and you're not sure, definitely go to a taster session. I'm pretty sure most CrossFit gyms do these sort of taster sessions to make sure people who go there want to go there and will enjoy it. It's one of those things as well that you can push yourself however hard you want. If you want to go in, take it a bit medium pace because you've had a bad day, you're not really feeling great or whatever, that's absolutely fine as long as you feel you've pushed yourself to a good limit and you're happy with that. Cool. If you want to go in, take it easy, take it slow, you're on recovery day, absolutely fine as well. If you want to go in and absolutely smash it and try your hardest and make yourself sweat blood and tears, then that's awesome too. It's entirely up to you. You are doing a lot of self-motivation there. The team's around you as well, and the other people help with that, but a lot of it is how much you want to do yourself. Like today, for instance, when I almost fainted, I need to sit down. I have a tendency to push myself a bit too far and don't really realise this until too late, so much so that I'm loving it during the exercise, and then it ends, and then that instant sort of end, I sort of damage myself with that almost fainting, I guess. But at the same time, at the end of it, I go, you know what, I've really worked for that. I'm really sweating. I've done a good job. So that sounds like something you'd be interested in. Definitely check out your local CrossFit gym, see if there's one nearby or anything that does anything sort of similar. See if they've got a taster session. If they haven't got one advertised, maybe just email them and say, look, could I come down and maybe watch a class, get involved in a few exercises and see if it's for you. I thoroughly enjoyed it tonight. With what I'm currently doing in my training regime, it's not something I'm going to go forward with at this point in time, but I really did enjoy it, and a lot of the compound movements and stuff in the later training sessions when you get used to the CrossFit are really, really great exercises to do, and I would thoroughly enjoy that as well. So if it's something you'd like to do, check it out. So in terms of the activities themselves, the ones we did today, which I don't know if is entirely true throughout CrossFit, but the ones we did today were sort of individual activities. So you wouldn't necessarily be working with a buddy or anything. You'd be doing your own thing. You do your own weights, your own sit-ups, your own cardio piece, and that you would pace yourself. You would go around in your time that works for you. With that being said, though, you do also feel a bit of I don't know what the right word is, a bit of sort of, not pressure, but sort of want to push yourself a bit harder, because you see somebody maybe finish the bike a few seconds ahead of you, and you're like, oh, can I gain on them? Can I catch up in the squat and press? Can I catch up in the sit-ups? You know, sort of a mini battle, if that's the way you're inclined, which I sort of was today. I had a few little rivals there. But if you're not, you can be in your own little world, focus on you. Don't really have to worry about anybody else around you, and just make sure you're doing the exercises correctly and to your best ability.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see me do next.
My cat has just started wrecking my sofa, and now I've stopped. He's stopped and now cleaning himself. Great. Or you have that time at a specific sort of time every day, same time, same day, same... Good English. It was very much... So if that sounds something that you might be interested, definitely check out your most local.